we're talking about translations today. We're on 9-2. So if you guys remember, we used to call, like, the easy word for reflection was a flip. The easy word for translation was a slide. So it's like the kid at the top of a slide and they literally slide down. They didn't change size, they didn't change shape, they didn't rotate technically, right? Unless they're a daredevil or something. All right, so translation is a slide along a vector a comma b. Do you guys get that this is not parentheses, right? If it had been parentheses like 2 comma 7, I would go to 2 comma 7. This means, let's say it was 2 comma 7. This means go right 2 and up 7 because that's not an ordered pair. It's not parentheses. There's a difference there. So what you can do is you take your original ordered pair and you can add a to the x and you can add b to the y. Or you can do it graphically like we've been doing too. If I say right 2 up 7, go right 2 up 7 and then tell me where you ended up. Okay, so I'll do it both ways. This first question, draw the translation of the figure along the translation vector. So here's my translation vector. It's obviously going this direction. You guys see the arrow at the end? Okay, so we're going to draw this exact same shape. We're going to move it about this far in that direction. Okay, so just like yesterday, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'll show you what wrong would look like, but let's go ahead and do right first. So I'm not going to actually measure this, but on yours it looks like maybe like, I don't know, 1.5 or 2 inches long or something like that, right? So I'm going to move this shape about this far in this direction. I'm going to slide it, okay? So mine's going to end up kind of, ooh, that's a little slanted, but that's okay. Kind of like here, F prime, G prime, H prime, D prime. I'll show you what like for real bad wrong would look like, but something like this is okay. So I know that that looks like it rotated. It didn't necessarily rotate. It just went up this way a little bit, like maybe a, I don't know, 30-degree angle this way. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Okay. Here's wrong. Wrong would be if you put it over here. That would have been a reflection. Wrong would be if you just moved it completely left instead of going upwards. This would be wrong right here. Wrong would be down. Wrong would be this way, right? The arrow's pointing that way. So as long as you're pretty close to this, you're fine. Is that okay? Okay. Backside. Number 15. Graph each figure and its image along the given vector. So first we're going to graph triangle MNP. You're going to label MN and P. Okay, so you don't need my help with that. M is at positive 4, negative 5. So right 4, down 5. 5, M. N is at 5, negative 8, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And P is at 8, negative 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Connect the dots the best you can. Oops. And we have a triangle. Everybody's fine with graphing, okay? Just like yesterday, I'm going to show you both options. I'm going to show you the algebraic way where you figure out the ordered pair and then graph it. And then I'm going to show you the geometric way where you graph it and then figure out the ordered pair. Some of you preferred one, some of you preferred the other. I'm going to do both, okay? If it's along this translation vector, negative 2 comma 5, what that means is all my x's, I'm going to subtract 2 from, and on my y's, I'm going to add 5 to. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So on just the M, I'm going to minus 2 here, and I'm going to add 5 here. This is the algebraic way of doing it, okay? What is 4 minus 2? 2, and then 0. So M prime would be 2 comma 0. If I was doing it algebraically, I'd figure this out first, and then I would go to the graph. 2 comma 0, right here, M prime. Is that okay? I'm going to do it the other way now. If I were to do it graphically, geometrically first, M is right here. That means on the x-axis, or like the x option, x's are horizontal, right? That's like left and right, okay? I'm going to go left 2, and I'm going to go up 5. Do you guys get that? So from here, from M, I'm going to go left 1, 2, and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'd be like, oh, that's at 2 comma 0, and then I would have written that down. Do you guys see how you can do it whichever way you like better? Okay, so I'm going to do this one graphically first. If n is right here, where do I go? If n is originally right here, how do I follow this? Left 2, up 5. That's what that means. Okay? So I'm going to go left 1, 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'd be like, where's that? That's at 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So where is that? 3, negative 3. Or you could have done it algebraically. You could have subtracted 2 from the x, and you could have added 5 to the y. Either way, we get 3, negative 3. So what I want you guys to do is find p prime, whichever way you're more comfortable with. So either graph it and then tell me where it is, or tell me where it should be and then graph it. So you guys pick a method and find p prime. Okay? So whichever way you did it, you should get 6, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right here. Does anybody need help with that? Okay, obviously connect the dots. Does everybody see that this shape, it didn't change size, it didn't change shape, it didn't rotate. I literally just slid it left 2 and up 5. I took that whole thing and went left 2, up 5. Is that okay? Okay. Anybody still need it? Last one. Write the translation vector. So what they want from me is this thing. They want me to tell them how it moved. Okay? So I'm going to do both. I'm going to do from A to B because that's going to be one answer. And I'm going to go from B to A because that's going to be another one. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Let's do from A to B first, okay? Your translation vector always looks like this. It's not parentheses. That is not the same thing, okay? So if I'm going from A to B, I'm just going to pick an ordered pair. I'm going to pick like that one, all right? Then I'm going to see how I got to that one. Does that make sense to you? All right? We always do the X and then the Y. So we're going to do our horizontal, right? Horizontal, and then our vertical. So I'm going to go right 1, 2, 3. Everybody agree with that, right? And down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how do I write that? Positive 3, negative 5. I picked this point and this point. You could have picked any points though, right? But not like this one and that one. You don't want to do that, okay? So you always have to do the X and then the Y, which means your horizontal and then your vertical, okay? So I'm seeing how far right I had to go and how far down I had to go, okay? So I went 1, 2, 3 to the right, so that's a positive 3. And I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, so that's a negative 5. Is that okay? Okay. If we go from B to A, same thing. I could use those two ordered pairs, or I could use this one and this one, or you could use this one and this one. It doesn't matter, okay? So from here to here, though, I have to do the horizontal first. So I'm going to go left 1, 2, 3, and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How do I write that? Yeah, negative 3, positive 5. On your homework, I'm pretty sure they say like from blue to green or something like that, so I don't think you end up having to give me both, but it depends on what the question asks, which one would be right. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay. Does anybody have a question anywhere? Okay.